What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello there, and a very, very happy Monday to you. Hope you had a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend. My name is Gary. I am your host around here, and this still, as far as we know, the only show originating out of Saskatoon on the internet. That's going live Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., and always so grateful and thankful to be able to start each show by saying that. We always try to do what no one else is doing, and that's how you stand out. So thank you for being a part of this amazing little adventure as a bunch of us jabronis chase dreams and try to make the world a better place one show at a time. I will say a great week. My nephew Bossy, out there with the Braves out of Kilbourne, playing some baseball. Had a couple ribbies. Very fun to get out and see everyone out at the Ball Diamond and watch the nephew play very, very well. So Bossy, again, you did great job, and it's nice to be around baseball as you get to watch all the kids have all the fun. I brought Maggie there with me, and I'm telling you, Maggie's a celebrity. Like, she is a straight up celebrity. She walked in, and because kids everywhere, it was a big tournament, and she had numerous groups of children come over and ask, "Can we pet your dog? Can we pet your dog?" And asking her name and want to know about her leg. And I probably told about 40 kids at the Ball Diamonds when they asked how she lost her leg. I said she didn't look both ways. So if you don't look both ways, you'll end up like this, which was pretty cool. A lot of lessons were learned. And again, great job to Bossy and his team, the Braves, over at Kilbourne during the big ball tournament over the weekend. Speaking of Marge, she has her very own camera. It's got all the gold medals. It's incredible. It's amazing. We're going to show it to you now. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I'm going to get just a perfect shot. There you go. Say hello to the Maggie cam. Look at that. Hey? I figured it out. Got Phenom on the ones and twos. Flip it back, Phenom. Say hello. Look at my dude. Wow, we're blocking it. Yeah, there you go. Great job. Still just a hand, but growing by the day. As this puppy right here. Unbelievable. I took the bed and moved it from the set down to the bottom level there, as you can see. And that seems to be what needed to be done to get her to hit her spot. Beautiful. The Maggie Cam, as always, proudly brought to you by our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Margaret's almost out of food. So tomorrow I'll be heading back over there. I'll say hi to Mike and or Rochelle, whoever's there. But before I do that, I'll be greeted by the beautiful Leroy, their welcoming/greeting dog that they have over there. He has a bed right beside the doors. You walk in and he lets you know, "Hey, what are you doing here? Okay, come over here." And he guides you. And then after I say hello to all of them, we'll get some of that amazing Go dry food that Marge loves oh so much. But there's so much more over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, okay? As it's not just the incredible friendly humans that help you out, but when you walk in there, there's usually other dogs around, and it's such a fun environment. And they got everything you need. You know that by now. We've said this hundreds of times to kick off these shows. It still rings so true, though. There's not a pet store better out there. I know that because I've been here, and there's a reason we keep going back, because there's good people doing good things. And they also have everything you need. Well, you want me to prove it? Okay. Well, let's see. They got the collars, the leashes, the matching buckle-up collars and leashes, as well as all your normal stuff, harnesses, all the tools you need to take care of your animals. They got all the toys. Maggie loves shopping. They have walls and walls full of toys. They got outfits, a whole aisle dedicated to outfits. They have raw food. If you're looking to change your animal's diet, they're in the fridges at the back right beside the greatest cleaning station in the history of puppy cleaning stations, right in-house, right there. Then you get into the treats. Every Tuesday, they got treats on sale, and they got buckets full of them all around the store. Maggie's always trying to help herself, and I'm always yelling at her, like, "Don't do that. You can't just steal." And Mike or Rochelle, they're always like, "Don't worry about it. We love Maggie because they're such good people. They're so kind." So all of that. They got medicine. They got all those ID things they need, and if they just by chance don't have something you're looking for, they will order it for you. They're just that good. I love them so, so much. Lots of people come on, your screens and they just talk and they talk and they don't mean any of it. They just throw it out there. Around here, we try to be as genuine as possible at all times. We always say we are real people doing real things here. And I'm telling you, as a real person, incredible humans over there. Okay. So if you're looking for a pet store, Pet Planet on 8th Street is the one for you. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. It's always a great time when you walk in there. That is, well, and they're also open after hours and weekends too, by the way. Thanks to Kirsten and Chris. Always there for you. Look at her. She's about to go. She's about to go off into puppy dreamland. Man, she's trying so hard to stay awake too. Oh, you're such a good girl, Marge. Yeah, you're good. You go to sleep. That's our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Beautiful. Great Maggie Cam to start. And as we roll into the Monday, normally we have Brooksy around here and we do some streaming over on the Twitch stream, and then we make our way onto this very set and we do a nice little show. But she's out at the lake today. Lots of people get out to the lake. Very jealous of all the lake action going on. So she'll be back tomorrow, but we'll get her in later in the week and we'll do some chatting. Yesterday, we have a 3-part series going on with Uncle Grandma's Story Time. And as we were doing the interview, Uncle Grandma and myself, I knew it was really good because you can tell when you're having an interview and you can tell the moment it turns into a conversation. And right off the bat, this was a full-on conversation. And those are so rare and so special nowadays. And we had one with my main man, Alan Harding. He's the drummer for Black Mastiff, drummer for Cancer Bats. Last week was part 2 when we talked about their trailer and their truck getting stolen. And because of the goodness of others, humanity stepping up, they only missed 1 show on that tour. It was incredible. And so good. He's such a good dude. He's so smart and he talks so well. And he's just a good old Sasky boy, and it's always nice to check in with these guys. Last night at 7 p.m., part 3 dropped, the final part of our interview / conversation with Alan Harding. And I was watching it last night. I watched it twice because there's so many good lessons that he was telling us about as we move into a future where less and less kids are playing music and getting into music. He spent a lot of this 3rd part talking about how to get your kids into music and what to do and how to make sure once you get them started, you don't end up having your kids hate you because you won't let them jam or let them play. And there's so many really, really good life lessons in this episode. So we're going to play it for you here today so you can enjoy a little bit more of this fantastic show that we call Uncle Grandma's Story Time. So here you go. Part 3 of Uncle Grandma, myself, and the great Alan Harding. Take it away, Phenom.
Well, I was just going to ask too, there's probably won't take up too much more of your time, but I did notice the shop is killing it all the time. I was just there when you were gone. I was there recording.
Yeah.
And I didn't need a lot of drum stuff because the armory has sick amounts of gear in there.
Oh yeah.
And had a bunch of stuff. But I didn't get to stop into the shop. I really wanted to go in because I've always wanted to go in. But you guys did have some celebrity guests that came in. I saw you post on your page a while back with the Gordy Johnson thing there.
Ooh. Oh yeah, and Jack White.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So-
Yeah, we get a lot, dude. It's kind of crazy.
I was gonna ask, that must be kind of a regular thing. Maybe not taking pictures. Hey, it's Jack White and Gordy Johnson at the same time. But
No, but we've been the younger staff is we gotta start fucking taking photos of this shit, you guys.
because the guys are just in all the time.
Yeah.
Blaine and I come from a school of they're in the shop, fucking A.
Leave them. Well, leave their
let 'em
be life alone.
Normal
Exactly.
humans, and,
Yeah.
and it's not bad to ask for photos. We just don't do that stuff.
That's it.
I go to the NAMM trade show, and you see all the rock stars in one space, and people spend the whole time getting photos with people, and that's cool. I get that you're stoked and stuff. I'm just I don't know. I'd rather just meet you and hang out, and you dig the shop, and you come back, and and that's kind of, I don't know. But he invited us to the show, and we went and partied a bit.
And they came
He
in
was
for
cool,
something.
Jack White, and Gordy comes in all the time. That's not even a thing. He's our buddy.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
He brought
By the way, I forgot to mention Uncle Grandma's Story Time has a mature content warning, as there's a lot of F-bombs in this one. So, earmuffs on the kids as Real Talk goes down 7 p.m. Sundays with Uncle Grandma's Story Time. So, again, there's going to be some F-bombs coming up, so just be prepared for that. Just want to make sure we let you know. Thank you, Phenom. Back to it.
Well, like I was just gonna ask too. There's probably won't take up too much more of your time, but I did notice like the shop is killing it, like all the time. I was just there when you were gone. I was there recording,
Yeah.
and I didn't need a lot of drum stuff because the armory has like sick amounts of gear in there.
Oh yeah.
And had a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get to stop into the shop. I really wanted to go in because I've always wanted to go in, but
Yeah.
you guys did have some celebrity guests that came in. I saw you post on your page a while back with the Gordy Johnson thing there.
Oh yeah, and Jack White.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
So-
yeah, we get a lot, dude. It's kind
I-
of crazy.
I was gonna ask like that must be kind of a regular thing. Maybe not like taking pictures. Hey, it's Jack White and Gordy Johnson at the same time. But
No, but we've been like, the younger staff is like, we gotta start fucking taking photos of this shit, you guys.
because the
Blaine
guys are
and
just
I are
in all the
like-
time.
Yeah.
Blaine and I come from like a school of like, yeah, they're in the shop, fucking A.
Leave them. Well,
Like,
leave their
let 'em
personal life
be
alone.
Exactly.
Normal humans, you know. And,
Yeah.
And it's not bad to ask for photos. We just don't do that stuff.
That's it.
Like I go to the NAM trade show, and you see like all the rock stars in one space, and
Yeah.
people like spend the whole time getting photos with
Yeah.
people, and that's cool. Like I get that, you're stoked and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather just meet you and hang out, and like you dig the shop, and you come back, and
Yep.
and that's kind of, I don't know. But he invited us to the show, and we went and partied a bit.
Like and they came
He
in
was
for
cool,
something.
Jack White, and Gordy comes in all the time. That's not even like a thing. He's like our buddy.
That's okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
He brought Jack in,
Yeah.
or they met here because they're like kind of buddies
Yep.
through the blues, kind of classic shit, and guitar kind of nerds. They
Yeah.
are for sure, and they guitar nerds come here, and they'll come together in like packs, and you're like, holy fuck.
Well, that all is a total statement on you guys as the environment you create in that shop, right? Like
Yeah,
that's the
we get
reason they
cool
come
shit.
there, because they know they're not going to get cameras in their face the whole time and people hassling them.
Yeah, that's part of it, and
For
also
sure.
because like we're a rare dying breed style of business, man. Like
I can count on one hand how many shops like yours
Yeah.
are even in this country.
Yeah.
Like,
not a lot. left.
well, drum shops, maybe.
Drum shops, yeah, for sure. And,
Two?
and I can't even like, we're not even like legit. Like we're a separate business in this building, separate staff, separate till, separate inventory.
From Rufus Guitar and Rufus Drum
yeah,
Shop.
but
Yeah.
we're in the same building now. So to me, it's lost. We're definitely considered, and we operate like that. But unless you're like in a standalone by yourself,
Mhm.
I don't really take the validation of like you're you're that like on like Dave's or Just Drums or
Yep.
Drummers Hangout, which just closed unfortunately. Soul Drums, Music Gagne, is like my favorite drum shop, and when you go there, it's in a guitar shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's in
Disconnected.
actually a PA. They have two shops, one across the street, and the guitars and basses on one side, and the other side's like PA and
Okay.
keyboards, and then downstairs, and there's the drum shop, and it's fucking sick, and it's kind of, I think because of our attention to the staff, that would be the only way I justify calling us like a independent drum shop,
Yeah.
not a drum department in a music store.
Yeah. Well,
Because
like,
it's like all pros working here. You
Yes.
tour at least, or you're post secondary educated. Like you come in and we fucking talk drums.
yeah.
Yes.
Whereas in the box stores, even though they do have those guys spread around, it's not their MO anymore.
Yep.
You won't be seeing your favorite drum guy getting replaced by another sick drum guy. Generally,
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna see them
That's
getting
what you're saying.
point.
replaced
Yeah.
by the guitar guys coming in here to make the sale now.
Yep.
Because that
That's
drums don't make sense on paper as a business
Mhm.
in retail. It doesn't. It's fucking crazy.
I
It's really hard. and
understand
it's
that.
getting harder.
it. Yeah.
There's only one other place that I've been. Like, I haven't been everywhere across the states or anything, but I'm always trying to search
Yeah.
out for a drum shop. My buddy Tony, shout out my buddy Tony down in Nashville, took me to Nelson Drum Shop because I really
Yeah.
wanted to go.
One of the best, man.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I talk to those guys a lot.
Yeah,
And
Bryson.
that's the thing about our like I wouldn't say a lot, like we used to more.
Yeah.
But like we compare vintage and stuff and we use, pricing and like I look up to those guys even though, I started my first drum shop in '06
Yes,
in
in
Edmonton,
Edmonton.
acoustic drum shop.
Yep.
So I've been in the industry longer than some of these
Yep.
great shops, these younger dudes.
Well, I didn't know
they're my age, but
until I went to
shop's
Nelson.
nuts, man.
He's not old. I thought
No, I know.
he was like this is like Norman's Rare Guitars, but you get there and you meet Bryson. It's like, you're not an old man. Like, what?
no,
and
he's
then
like one of us.
The whole community surrounded around it. There's the coffee shop outside. There's the whole.
Yeah.
It's an old audio body shop, but it's a hang.
Dude, it's
and-
so well curated
And even just going in there, meeting a guy, first thing there's like, oh, did you come here to play? I'm like, no, I'm here on vacation. My birthday weekend, I was having a good
Yeah.
time. They're like, oh, like, so do you play? Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I've been playing for a long time. It's like, hey man, you ever need a gig, just come here and have coffee.
yeah.
And it was like, what? It was like, no, you could probably, like, somebody's looking to ditch something. Like,
Yeah.
it's either they're coming to get a
It's
gig or
busy.
somebody's looking to get rid of a gig while they're getting this and going to do this and all this. Like,
Yeah.
just come and hang out if you want to get into it. And we're like, that is wild.
Yeah, and like that market is amazing and there's other great shops down in that town too. It's crazy
Yeah,
how
they're-
they
yeah.
survive.
We checked out a
Uh,
couple other ones too, but yeah,
yeah.
that one stuck out just because of the community that was already sitting there hanging out.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't really want to be whipping out my phone right now. It's like, I gotta leave these guys alone.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, it's I dream of that. It would be so cool to have a shop in a market like that.
yeah,
It
it's
really would be.
the market that feeds it too, right? Because like
It's entirely the community, man.
they
And-
can
and
have all
what's
those
going on
shops and not have
Yeah.
a Sweetwater. No one's gonna go to a Sweetwater in Nashville.
No, you don't.
Like that's, but
No, fuck. If you have Nelson's Drum Shop and you go to Guitar Center,
you,
you're fucked in the head.
yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
Like I'm not even joking. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane. Or like, and this is why those they do well. They get the first sale. They get the mom coming in that doesn't know. Like I
Mhm.
don't know. Like Guitar Center is everywhere. Like that's like I'm not going shopping for my kids' shoes at Gravity Pope, the shoe shop. We're going to fucking Walmart. 'Cause
Yes.
they have shoes, and they also have all this other shit, that we can get there. And then when your kid really gets into it, and then you hear from the teacher or somebody tips them off, and it's the same thing with Rufus. And then when they come in, once they come in, they're ours now
Yes.
because they're like, holy fuck, you guys are drummers. Like this is holy shit, Pat Stewart. He plays in Brian Adams.
Yeah.
What? That's Jack White. Like that
Yep.
doesn't
Yeah.
go on at Long and McQuaid.
No.
They'll
Hell
pay
yeah.
for it to happen. But and that's a tough thing to compete with those big shops though. But like L&M for us because they just have
Yep.
so much buying power and it's every single thing I order counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Where
hard
they
to
can
buy
just
people
transfer
though.
shit around.
Yeah.
You can't buy people, and that's and man, with AI and self checkouts and talking to higher ups at Long and McQuaid and their vision of like the future of music retail, and it's so different from ours
Mhm.
that it gives me confidence that there will always be room for us.
That's right.
And they
100%.
want us to survive. Like L&M is generous with us.
Yep.
They could shut us the fuck down. man.
Yep. Yep.
They want
Whereas
yeah.
they've done in a lot of other
they could make
places.
it even harder for us.
They could, yeah.
Um,
I just
but
hope.
they understand like they might kick it off. We instill a passion or teach that there is a like this is like something you're gonna do for your whole life because you're gonna love like you loved it. We loved it.
Yes.
We're gonna make you love it
Yes.
because it means so much to me. I can't imagine you don't play drums. Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing, you have to play drums. It's gonna bring you so much happiness.
Yes.
Even if you don't have to be in a band. It's better if you are.
100%.
You need an instrument, any kind. You want to try guitar, man. Try bass. Like, fucking play music, man. It's magical. It's like so healing and it's hard to describe. Like, can you imagine not playing drums, dude?
No.
Holy fuck!
I don't.
What would you be doing?
I wouldn't be doing anything.
Exactly. It's that plain and simple to us, right? We just want to share that. Whereas, and then eventually they're gonna go back to L&M to get that thing I just can't stock, or they have all the vinyl, and I'm not even a vinyl dealer, and they love some guy that's a vinyl,
Right.
It's and we talk like I talked to Jim Castles. He's the head purchaser for drums at Long and McQuaid. He has been for 100 years. The dude's probably 250 years old. Yeah, Jim. I love Jim. Jim's awesome, and we have candid conversations. We used to do it more because we used to go to all these events that don't happen as much anymore. And like the industry has changed so much, dude. It's like insane how smaller, like how much less they try because it's just online. So we don't have to do drum clinic tours. We don't have to fucking support bands on tour. We just because content drummers are doing it for nothing. And I appreciate content drumming, but that the industry is going to like that's all that matters, and it's like fuck, that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah,
actually,
like
it's cool, but what matters is like 200 people in a room fucking sweating together and into the rock gods and feeling something and community and and like this like you can order it online, you can go to you can put on the VR headset and you're there. It's just like you have no clue, man. Like you obviously don't play or get it.
That's like, detaching you further away from what it is.
Exactly.
And if you only go to shows in stadiums, you're missing out. But like what Jim and I say, or what he said to me when I used to kind of not fear Long and McQuaid, but hate them. I don't hate them. I appreciate what they do. They've always been good to me, like they support a lot of my friends in the fact that they give them a job, man, and they're fair and they like train you properly and they actually pay you and like fuck L&M, but fuck L&M, like someone's doing it and they're doing it right. To an extent, like way better than Guitar Center or any chain, like Walmart type Best Buy shit, they actually care about music. And they say our biggest competitor is Fortnite and Minecraft, not you guys. It's devices, man. We're so like true. Our goal is to make you fall in love with music and actually want to play it more than you want to play the GTA 6 when it comes out.
That's it.
That's
which I'm gonna play the fuck out of that.
Right? Well, because you already know how to play music.
that's what's dying. And one thing, dude, is like there's so many kids and parents and the kids are into it and they like and I always say the real magic happens when you're in the band and you make these friendships that are like your kids start a band now when they're 15. These are going to be their best friends for like their whole fucking life, man. On a level like a family type. Like you don't even know. It's like such a bond more than like if you're lucky, but how do I get my kids in a band? I'm like, there got to be a kid in class that plays guitar. Like, they don't really talk to each other, they don't.
Yeah, you can't get your kid into it.
So we're just like, how do we help this situation?
Create the space,
create space, but and have a service like a legit service that isn't just like, come here, what's your budget? Buy it, Like I had the. I'm so ranty. This is so scattery and shit. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Great,
this is
man.
amazing shit. I
like
love
for
it.
example, I'll have someone come in here. Who did I have? Peter Stairs from Sabian, vice president.
Okay.
Comes in, and I get asked by all the brands, all these guys, what sells more, electronic or acoustic? And the answer across the board, every shop is electronic for sure, hands down. L&M's like it's like 70%. And I go, yeah, no, it's probably 70% acoustic.
Good for you.
And they go, why do you think that is? And I go, because I fucking talk to the parent.
That's it.
Yeah.
Show them the right way.
I tell them, your kids want to play drums. Are you in an apartment? No, we have a house. Do you have a basement? Yeah, we have a full basement,
Done it.
Fucking
There
done.
it
You're
is.
not getting electronics. You're
That's
getting
right.
acoustic. Well, the volume, and I go, yeah. But if your kid wanted to play hockey, were you gonna go and buy them rollerblades and that's it?
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not, man.
Yeah. And it's like,
And-
oh, the volume. Well, get him a trumpet then.
Yeah. Go get a
See how you like that.
Yeah.
And I say, well, like your kid wants to play hockey, you're getting up, you're driving to fucking Humboldt at 4 a.m.
That's
to go
it.
to a
did
tournament. They're
that.
7 years old. Who even gives a shit?
Yeah.
You got a little bit of volume for what, 40 minutes a day?
Yep.
It's a sacrifice
And
that
like,
you have to make as a parent. And if you want to give them a chance to play the instrument, this is what you should be doing if you have the means. It's
Yep.
not that easy.
Yeah.
Just like if my kid wants to play goalie in hockey, it's
Yep.
not that easy, man.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
expense.
you're going to be paying currently for your 13-year-old kid probably the same amount or double for beginner starter goalie gear than you're going to get
Yep.
for a really decent beginner starting drum kit all the way around.
That
Thrown
you have
soup to
until
nuts.
they're ready to buy their
Oh,
own
yeah.
kit.
Like I read somewhere that it was, I think,
You don't.
if you start playing hockey around 4 or 5 and you go all the way till you're 18, it's something like around $150,000
Yeah.
to
I
be
think-
able to afford to get that road.
I think if you've made it through like
It's nuts.
AAA and SJ or WHL and have actually been drafted to the NHL, your family would have invested over $1 million
Oh, yeah.
probably.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh, it's gnarly, man. I get
It's
it.
fucked up.
I have family of mine, like cousins and their kids, and they're killing their AAA shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not even that to me. It's the mind blowing sacrifice of
The
those
time,
sports-
yes,
sporting parents. Is
yes.
it's insane.
You
They're
have no
driving from
life.
small town Saskatchewan, fucking Edmonton, Minnesota,
Mhm.
Winnipeg. Like we played hockey as kids and we were pretty competitive and
Yeah.
we never drove to fucking Edmonton for
Yeah.
like
No.
4 times a year. Like
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
every weekend they're like driving 10 hours.
Yeah.
It
I-
feels like
I had a buddy this past weekend who drove to Winnipeg. He had 2 kids. Both of them were playing in this big, huge tournament, and they had 6 games each in 2 days. He drove there, and then he left
Yeah.
Saskatoon on the Friday and got back Sunday night at like midnight
Yeah.
from Winnipeg,
Yeah.
like to Winnipeg and back, just for 6
Yeah.
games and gone. It's the whole weekend's gone, and you don't know what's going on, and you don't get any rest, and your brain just
And
keeps
you
getting
spend
worse and
a
worse.
ton of cash.
Ton of cash.
That's the other
And are
big
the
one.
kids,
Yes.
do they love it that much? I
Yeah.
don't know.
And like that same investment for a weekend you could be taking on, here's the investment in the kid, and now all of it is him or her taking the time to
Mhm.
practice on
Yeah.
their own because they enjoy it. That's
That's it.
the investment. Well, you're
Yeah.
I always say my parents were always the best about when I was playing drums when I was a kid, because like not only did they encourage me, they'd give me lists of songs. Like, hey, you should
Yeah.
try this. Play
That's-
this Amy
that's
Grant
awesome.
song. Play this
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Dave Matthews song. You're
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
gonna
you do
like
this,
this guy.
yeah.
You'd like Steely Dan. And then I'd come up after playing drums for like 2 hours, and there's my mom on a couch in the room right above the drum kit with a
Yeah.
book on her chest sleeping. She's been sleeping for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. She's like,
Yeah.
Soothing.
no, it doesn't matter anymore. After like the first 2 times being like, oh, it's loud, and then it's not. Then you're just
get
like,
used
In
to
the
it.
zone.
you're listening to the growth of this, this kid likes to do things now.
Beautiful flowers blooming.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's fortunate for you and I too, man. Because I had a similar vibe.
And
And you know what? Like, just
it's important.
I also like say this to new parents of kids getting into being playing, and they're like really getting into it, and they want to practice. And is it acoustic, electric, whatever? And the volume thing is like I went home after I graduated. I moved to Edmonton to go to school. I came home for like Christmas, I think. Drove back to the small town Saskatchewan, and I remember because my mom, she teased, "You guys are so loud. Oh my God. Like feedback for a half an hour? Like what the fuck is going on?" You know,
Play some notes.
she'd always like tease us and stuff. And when I came home for that Christmas, I was like, "Mom, you must love the peace and quiet." And she goes, "It's devastating."
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
She goes, "I
That's
miss it so much, you know.
Yeah,
I missed you guys jamming and making noise and giggling
Yep.
that's it.
and being rowdy. You know, we were just doing it. We had no clue, but we did it till we did, you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
And she put up with that, and she heard us evolve. And I'll tell you, man, she's 78, and anytime I'm playing anywhere fucking near that small town, within like 10 hours, she's there.
She's there.
Yeah, good.
It's
That's
And
beautiful.
awesome.
she's in
Beautiful.
the front fucking row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Proud.
like, it's the best.
Yeah.
And you know, I think I always tell that story to parents, and I think they appreciate it, and
Yeah.
they kind of, it'll snap them out of it. I'm like, they're gonna be gone one day, man.
Yeah.
You're
And
gonna
then you
miss
get
that
nothing,
shit.
you know, like, and
Yeah.
hopefully they like you. So
Yeah.
you better be fucking cool about this band shit,
Yeah.
because they're gonna hate you if you aren't. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
You're so right to have somebody to be able to explain that. That literally keeps the purity of the whole thing alive, man. That's a hell of a
These-
job you're doing.
These are one at a time conversations
Yeah.
that you don't get it at the box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how we survive, you know. And you have to, you know, hopefully your staff is catching on that vibe, and mine do, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, here's the playbook. I'm just like, hang out here and you fucking get it,
I love
That's
it.
it.
you know. And I hired you because you nothing else matters to you but drums, so
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about that
Yeah.
anyway. You know, it's like, man, your staff's so good, and I'm like, they're because they just love it,
Yeah.
man.
And there's a reason for that too, because you're the gatekeeper. You're the one that says, okay, yeah, I see it
Wow.
in you. Get in here. You get it.
Dude, it's simple. I just look for myself in these kids.
Yep.
That's it.
And that's all there is to it. And it's creating, and the whole concept of the shop is the environment that we want.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
so hard, you know, like I want you as my staff to feel the way I wanted to feel when I worked at my first music shop, and did in a lot of ways, but didn't. And, you know, you just learn. And, you know, you wear whatever you want here. You listen to whatever you want. You want to listen to brutal death metal in the drum shop all
yeah.
day.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. And the parents come in,
Hell
they're
yeah.
scared of it. Fuck
Yeah.
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 Fuck
like-
yeah. And that kid's scared the first time, and then they come back 10 years later, and like, first time I walked in here, you guys were listening to Deicide, man.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever heard a blast beat, and it scared the fuck out of me. But then I was like, what was that?
And now I know Steve Ashheim's like an
Oh.
absolute genius.
No, yeah, or they're like, I'm on tour playing at the Commodore with fucking
That's it.
Yep.
Cannibal Corpse and Suffocation, and
Fucking
like,
A.
we're opening, and it's because of you guys that one day. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. And
It was
I'm
like-
like,
That's
wipe a
it.
tear from my eye, and I
Yeah.
go, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
See, that's money. That is what money. I always say
Yeah.
it around here. Hearing your people succeed, that's money to me. Money doesn't. It's not physical for me in any way with this place. Money is seeing my friends get a show going that connects them to people that they've
Yeah.
met over the years, and these other kids that are starting doing stuff that I always wanted to do my whole life. It's like, here you go. This is something I always wanted. Make sure you appreciate it and fucking kill it. And they
Yeah.
do. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it can't ever be about money. And
Exactly.
And if you're really trying to go for your passion,
That's
kind
right.
of in life, it can't be about money. That'll happen if you're lucky, I
Yeah.
guess. Like,
That's it.
Money's just
Like-
money. That has nothing to do with
yeah. It
that.
has nothing to do with integrity or
That's right.
relationships. I mean, it does. Like, you can't deny money is important, and
Yeah.
and you can't just foolishly
Over
be,
here.
like, blindly pursuing shit like
Yeah.
I have forever.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it is
You
amazing
wanna-
to look back on how delusional you actually do have to be to really start putting
Oh, yeah.
all of that effort and
Into
your
it.
own money and your
Yeah.
own time and effort into it.
Well,
But then the delusion turns into a dream.
That's it.
Like the dream
Well,
all of a sudden
that's-
becomes reality. And then it's
how
like,
yeah.
huh.
Well, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Do you look at it as a delusion or do you look at it as a dream? Because it's a fucking delusion, man.
Yeah.
But a dream is a delusion, you know, it's
Yeah,
not
that's what it
real
is.
until it is,
Yeah.
right? And if you're not willing to, like, it's like what is the definition of talent to me?
Mm.
Is the ability to blindly pursue something at an almost like psychotic way where you can like
Yes.
put on blinders and not care about anything,
Anything
like
else.
even yourself and your relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I was a kid, I was like that with music.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a young kid in a small town, also we had no cell phone. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have YouTube, obviously. Like no, like the influence stream was so narrow, dude.
Yep.
That
Loved
that
The magazine you could go to the city to go get.
Yeah.
You'd have to go and look at it. You're not buying it, but you're looking
Right,
at it at the
so-
Shoppers Drug Mart. You know?
I
Dude.
reflecting on it, it was easy for me being in that small town, not being a jock,
Yeah.
not being like being a town kid in a town of like tough hockey farm kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got along with everybody because I was like funny and like my band would play and they kind of dug, you know. But I was definitely, you know, we were skateboard kids in the '90s, and it wasn't cool, man. We
Yeah.
were like
But you can still shoot a puck.
in a small town, but I played hockey right through till second year midget, you know,
Exactly.
and played on the provincial team from our area.
Hell
like,
yeah.
a little bit. Like I was just too small, but that music was a place to like get recognition from, and I obsessed over practicing it. But I think about like I play lots of games too,
Mm-hmm.
video games.
Hell yeah.
And if I had the technology of video game that we have now back then,
Yep.
Oh,
Would have sucked you in.
be a lot tougher.
well, in a small town, and you can just
Yeah.
go online and fucking compete and like play these
Actually,
wicked,
yeah.
absolute escapism maximum,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so much fun, so fucking gnarly, like.
I remember the idea of
So hard to compete
multiplayer
with that
games was insane.
Yeah, dude, the concepts of like, imagine if this was 3D. Imagine if you could actually go through that, down that hall, like,
Yeah. It's
and
crazy.
the whole thing. I think for people our age, that is the free roaming games and the sandbox stuff
Yeah,
is just so
totally.
exciting because it's like, well, we've like all our video game dreams have come true.
Yeah. But and
You know.
above and beyond, like all we wanted was just to be able to play, you know, a computer game with the computer sitting next to your computer. They're just like,
Yeah.
what?
But
How was that
that-
hard?
They're like, well, you know, exactly, and that technology taking away from, what I call talent is that blind practicing, that
Yeah.
like actual
Totally.
improving in the desire to be able to do it, to be able to like, you see someone do something and you're like, I'm gonna do that, and then you can, and then you do something, you can go further than that, and you just keep climbing, and you like actually get the rush from that,
Yeah.
and technology has taken away from that in the video games and the distractions, but it's also given us complete access to fucking everything. And I also think, had I been that kid in that small town with the internet, with YouTube, with
Oh, yeah.
Drumeo shit,
Would have got
with
faster,
all this
quicker.
content,
Or
I
got
just
better,
would have been
quicker.
like, you can do that, like, because at that age, I was like, if I can see it, I can do it.
Yes.
And I'm
yes.
gonna do it. I can fucking do it. If he can do it, I can do it. My dad put that into my mind at an almost toxic level.
Hell yeah.
And he was the one that was like, 3 hours a day, here's the metronome, this many beats per minute, these scales, all the way up the fret, down, one mistake, start over, dial back every day, 1 BPM more, like, okay, and like just
Yeah.
military practice.
Fucking right.
And I hated it. But I tell my buddies about it now, and they're like, "Oh, I wish, man, that's so sick." And I go, "Actually, it kind of helped a lot." But if I had access to the,
Yep.
not just the V8, the one new VHS tape that I like
There it
melted
is.
in
Yeah.
the fucking player, because I
Over and
just
over.
rewind, like not even just watching it over, like watching tiny pieces, man. Just
Yep.
rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind. Like, holy fuck, man. I was like obsessed. And if you just want it to do it, you're gonna do it. But these kids now, man, shred so fucking hard
Yeah.
because they have that access. And if they feel the way I felt back then,
Yep.
they can go to the moon.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yep.
Like they know there's the fucking rocket ship.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
It's
Just
all
get
there
into
for
Wide
it.
you.
open.
It's all there
It's
for
warmed
you.
up, baby.
Yeah.
Just get in there and fucking lock yourself in.
Yeah.
You're never coming back from
That's right.
space.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moon, fucker.
But they're walking up to that rocket ship and they go, "Whoa, new Minecraft skin!"
Yeah.
So many
That's why I
distractions.
dropped the Metallica edition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe
man.
the scales later, maybe.
If I have time, I'll squeeze it in.
Well,
It's
dude.
rare, though. We have a lot of kids. It's rare to see them obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I thank you so much
Yeah,
for
this is incredible,
for
dude.
talking with me here.
So
man,
grateful.
or
This
us.
is fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
We
It's
could go
been
for probably a couple more hours, man.
Well,
Dude,
then, I was thinking halfway through, I'm like, this is going to be 2 episodes.
really-
We're going to have to cut this in half.
yeah, it's great.
Last time we did that was with, was it Big Dave?
well with Big James.
Big
yeah.
James, yes. There's
Uh,
lots of big guys that come through here.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
love what
like
you guys are doing totally awesome, man.
we
so
haven't.
fun.
My whole idea when I came in here to talk with Gary was like, one of the things is I gotta bring in guys that I've met on the road for a long time. But the
Yeah.
one thing was like, it's not just that. It's like everyone's got businesses.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, we're busy.
Like, and if I can do something for this, not to just sit and chit chat or whatever, but with the guys who are going out there and taking that drive and determination that you've had from being in a band, and like here you can actually start a legitimate business and a successful business, and like you learn so much from being a musician and doing these things that you can
Yeah.
put it into whatever it is. There's a lot of musician guys who are tattoo artists, own clothing shops, own a drum shop,
Oh, yeah.
like
Hot
it's
sauce.
hot sauce. Like it's just
Yeah,
it-
something different, right?
it steams off
Yeah.
just because you sat at a merch booth selling your own T-shirts for a couple years. You're like, shit, I can do this with anything. And it's
Yeah, because it's being delusional a little bit, man.
yeah,
That's it.
and I love
Been
it.
crazy.
You can't think about it too much because you
You
won't
can't.
do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
just
talk too
fucking
much,
Start doing it, man.
and it won't
'cause
happen.
then
Yeah.
10 years goes by and some shit happens. You
Yeah.
have like opening that first drum shop. People are like, "Man, the plan you must have had." I'm like, "Dude, I had no idea I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
just
an
happened.
option one day. I
Yeah.
like had this idea and we just fucking did it.
Went
And
for it.
Yeah,
don't do what I, like,
Yeah.
you ready to have a life of fucking suffering,
yeah,
but of also joy and fucking super, like,
That's
I don't know. I talked to lots of friends that have followed the typical thing, wife, kids,
Yep.
career, house thing, and I've kind of turned my back on that lifestyle, and
Yeah.
and they a lot of people envy it, and then I go, man, I wish I had a wife and kids and a house and like felt financially stable. like
Stable,
you
there's
do.
one,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? I owe 400 grand on my boat, and fucking
Yeah.
the wife hates me. We're getting divorced. And the fucking kids won't talk to me, man.
That's
and
it.
I
Wait a
just wanna
second.
play drums, but I sold my kit when I was 18, and I'm like, I just never grew up, dude.
It's like I would
Yeah.
like a ride on a boat, let alone have a boat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you like look at, I've been reflecting a lot on that. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, where did I go wrong? Or like,
You didn't, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
but
they
no, I
look pretty
know
right.
that.
Yeah, you
But
you
like,
know.
you go through years of thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
And that's when it really comes down to like, don't think about it.
Yeah,
Just
We're all
do it.
gonna just be fucking dead anyway.
then you're just gonna love everything even more. Just
Yeah.
whatever.
If I'm sitting on my deathbed, I'd be like, I wish I didn't go on that Cancer Best tour where we got robbed. That was the best tour of my life, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
like if you asked me, I would never change a thing. I learned so much, and
Yeah.
it bonded us so deeply. And those experiences, man, in the moments, you might not realize like how they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That
are-
journey, it's not where you get to. It's how it's like the old saying.
Yeah.
It's not the destination; it's the journey. And
The journey.
that was like a great example of that.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
And
Well,
being in a place in your life where you can appreciate those things is like the best.
That's
man.
that's the spot. And
Like,
I was
where I've
actually
hit a spot where it's like it's over. This is it. there ain't fucking. It's always been this way. Let's do a quick send off here.
Yeah.
I love
Just walk
this.
through the shop.
Yeah. Show us
Beautiful.
the shop real quick. This is going to be awesome.
This is amazing, man.
Coming in through.
Nice.
Oh, look at
This
that.
is like kind of the main sort of like cymbal demos, and we have real kits set up to
Yep.
play. We got
Clean.
a real deal Elvin Jones kit he played live.
No
There you
way.
You see that?
Oh.
Tambo shit. We got some cool shit. Lots of weird parts. All kind of most people would think is garbage.
Yeah.
Not the drummers.
No, those are important parts.
That's right.
Yeah, and then we got this room here.
Look at this.
So up there's Carson. Yo.
Hey, hey.
Yo.
Yeah,
This is
another room,
incredible.
snare wall.
Oh, beautiful.
How's it going? Another
There you
satisfied.
go. Hell yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Sunday in the shop. We were doing our recital out here in the guitar shop.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Got a
Yeah,
stage
drum
set
kit
up.
Set up there. This is the guitar shop.
Slick.
Janky.
Hey.
Hey.
Cheers from the prairies.
Yeah, so you walk into the drum shop through here. It looks like a little false kind of.
Yeah,
Dude.
Anyway, boys,
that's
that's
the
it.
truth.
Amazing.
I love
brother.
it, man. Thank you again
Thank
for your
you
time.
so much. This
I-
has been
Yeah, I
incredible,
appreciate
dude.
you guys
I wish
calling
you
me.
like all the success in the world. I
Hell
wish I
yeah.
can see you sooner. We can catch up on a whole bunch of other shit too.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Hell
Might
yeah.
be coming around Sasky soon. Black Mastiff loves playing there, so.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to pay attention to see when you guys are out. I
Oh, I'll
want to
reach
come
out to
out
you.
that way. Actually, shit,
Here we go.
I am
Here
coming
it
out
is.
to Vancouver
Let me know.
in September with Savage Henry.
Oh,
Ah.
dope. Where are you playing?
I couldn't tell you, but
But he's going.
I'll let you know. I'll hopefully stop into the shop.
Oh yeah, let's hang, dude. I'll come hang. We'll fucking,
Amazing.
we'll do things we do.
Cool, man.
Dude, thank you so much again. So grateful and so appreciative, man. This has been incredible. Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Oh, there he
There
is.
we go.
Back.
There, I froze up. I think. There you are.
Perfect.
You're back, baby.
All right,
Okay,
man.
guys.
Dude,
Cheers.
Yes, thank you. For
Thank you
having
so
me.
much. Absolutely incredible.
Thanks for your
Love you
time.
dudes, rock.
Love you.
Hell
Rock on
yeah.
forever.
Hey, hey. Fucking rights, bro.
Woo! Man.
Okay. Thank you
Once
guys
again.
for listening. That was amazing.
1,000%, dude. You're batting 1,000 with guests. So good.
Hopefully one day
So
you
fun.
can meet Mr. Allen.
Oh, I'd love to. I feel like we're already bros for
absolute-
life.
I think
That's it.
so. I think that's what we just got centered. So
Yeah.
next week we got another amazing guest. I'm not even gonna say anything about
Don't
it.
jinx
but
it, bro.
It's gonna be hard to beat that one with Alan.
Incredible.
Love you, buddy.
Incredible stuff. Anything else you want to say before you go?
No, that's it. Check everything out. All of Alan's bands. You got Black Mastiff, got Pet Blessings. Go check out Cancer Bat stuff, and even the old stuff. The Pathological Liar. The what is it? There's so many. He's been in so many bands. Just go check out Swather. We got to make Swather the next biggest band in Canada. Let's go. Swather, Swather, Swather.
So there you go. The Great Uncle Grandma's Story Time, new episode. Out part 3 of our talk with Alan Harding from Black Mastiff and the Cancer Bats and many, many more. Swather! Such a great interview. So proud of that one. As we continue on the Monday edition of your show, hope you're doing very, very well. I got to tell you a little bit about my friend Mobley. All right? You ready for this? Time to get pre-approved before you shop. Okay, we're sounding good. As the housing market's heating up and homes are selling fast, if you're serious about buying, getting pre-approved isn't just smart, bro. It's essential. All right? Mobley Rente with TMG The Mortgage Group will help you know exactly how much you can afford so you can make strong, confident offers. He's got access to multiple lenders. He'll secure the best rates and terms for you, making the process simple and stress-free. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all looking for nowadays, simple and stress-free. Don't lose out on your dream home, all right? Get pre-approved today. That's Mobley Rente. Mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. If you're looking to get involved with us, maybe you think a live read could really, really help your business, your organization, your charity, just send us an email. It's super, super easy to do. This up at, I'm going to try getting this differently, contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. There it is. You can tell we're really rolling into this one because we got some stuff we still got to get to. We also got a website. Boom. Check that out. Dufferinav.com. Just like the email minus the contact and the @ sign. Get that one out of here. And we also have a Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. Check us out there. We're always doing it. We'll be back on tomorrow. Brando and Gary get good at games. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be playing some Shining Force 3 and shredding there. Like that from over there. Always metal that stuff up. The reason we're rushing through our promo stuff, because I got one more little pre-tape I want to get to, because we show off all of the other shows on the network around here all the time. This live show we do is all about staying topical with all the stuff going on in our beautiful city, as well as showing off all the new shows on the network and the old shows. And we got a book club here. We got a show called Not That Kind of Book Club with Rhea and Ness, and they had an amazing author on. We're going to give you a little taste of that here before we wrap it up for today. So let's go ahead and run that one. Phenom.
Hey, I'm Les,
And I'm Ree. This is Not That Kind of Book Club.
a bookish podcast where we read it so you don't have to.
Hey, book friends. It is Not That Kind of Book Club. I'm Ree.
I'm Les, a bookish podcast where we read it so you don't have to. I did it backwards today, but that's okay. I'm Les.
And I'm Ree. We're here. And we have Morgan Dick, the author of our book, Favorite Daughter. She is on the line with us. Thank you so much, Morgan, again, for joining in for another episode. This one, we are going to deep dive into the book itself, and we're so excited to talk to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. So our one intro question, it'll be quick, I promise. But it's a bookish would you rather. So each of us are going to take a turn. We'll both do it, or all of us will do it once. But essentially, you're going to ask a would you rather question about something bookish. So I will give an example and go from there. So the example that I have is, well, this will count as my question.
Yep.
No, it's not going to count as my question. It's the example. I lied. So if you had to live in the world of The Hunger Games or Divergent, where would you choose? That's the example.
Am I answering first? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
do
that's the
it.
example. Okay.
Well, you can still answer it. I mean,
Yeah,
I would
which
live in the
one?
Divergent world, thank you. I'll go live in my factions. There's no why
I
to it,
actually
I'm just
haven't
gonna do it.
read either of these series, which I feel a little bit guilty about. So I would be basing my answer completely on the movie adaptations.
That's totally fine because, in all honesty, I would probably die in both of those worlds, so neither of them are really a win for me.
I'm going to go be in the blue faction where I'm a scientist, basically, or I'm just like
Ooh.
super smart at certain random things. So, like, yeah, no, factions. I can't fight to the
Yeah.
death. I'll die
No.
first.
I think it's easier to fly under the radar in the Divergent world as opposed to the Hunger Games.
Exactly. Okay.
All right. Would you rather only be able to finish one book for an entire year? You can reread it as many times as you want, or only be able to finish half of the books you read for a year. So you will never be able to finish a book for a year, but you can read different ones, or you can only read one book for an entire year.
Wait.
I think I have to-
clarification. Can I read that one book over and over and over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which do you go with, Morgan?
I think I have to go with reading half of as many books as I want. Because
Mm-hmm.
then I'll just come back to them. I'll be like, okay, which ones, what's the cream of the crop? And then I'll make a note about them. And then the next year I'll be like, okay, right, let's go back to that. The second
Now I
half
can
of
finish
that
all
book.
these books.
Okay, I have a second clarification question.
Okay.
In the books that I can only read half of, can I skip through it, or I have to read from the start to just the middle of the book?
Start to just the middle.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna read one book for the year, but I'm gonna pick the biggest book ever. So like maybe I'll go read what is it? The Prairie of an Orange Tree.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a giant one. So let's be real. By the time I get to the end, I'll probably have already forgot the beginning. So like,
That's really smart, actually.
so I'll just reread it because that book is gonna probably take me 6 months to read.
Yep.
So I only have to
That's
read
really
it
smart.
twice.
That's a pretty good
you
year.
gamed the system just
Yeah.
now. You won.
Oh my
You
gosh.
outgamed the question, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, Morgan, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
So I have to think of one?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Okay, so you go next.
Okay. So, Here's my Harry Potterness coming out. Would you rather be an evil Gryffindor student or a good Slytherin student? Like, you're a good guy or a bad guy? Is there any bad guys in Gryffindor?
No,
Well,
not really.
Hypothetically, you're a bad guy. So you are Draco Malfoy if he was a Gryffindor, and the other one would be like Hermione Granger as
A
a Slytherin.
I think I'd rather be a good guy in the evil house, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Me too, guys. I'm already a Slytherin, and I'm not evil,
you?
so I'll just stick with my house and be a good guy.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons being like chaotic good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with my partner the other day about, the quizzes online. I feel like they were really popular, 10 years ago or 15 years
BuzzFeed.
ago about, if the sorting hat will put you into a house, what Harry Potter house would you be? And I swear to you, I always get Gryffindor. And he would not believe me when I said this. I said, truly, I will always get Gryffindor. Like, I think that's where I belong. And he thought I was either making it up or that the system was rigged because everyone wants to think that they would be in Gryffindor. And there's probably some like Ravenclaw-ishness about me, maybe more so than the like brave and brawn. But nope, I'm standing by it because it's been my result every single time.
Honestly, I always joked because like I've always been a Slytherin, and like I'm not a bad guy, guys. It's just like certain character traits, right? But I've always said I'm a Slytherin, but I'm a self-proclaimed Ravenclaw because I would like to just be Ravenclaw. But my sister's always been a Hufflepuff, and I just think it's hilarious.
Oh, that's the worst.
She's a Hufflepuff.
That's the worst.
And like every time she's like, "Yeah, I'm Hufflepuff." I'm like, who is even in Hufflepuff in Harry Potter? I don't know anybody in Hufflepuff.
No one. I think the Sorting Hat song and the Hufflepuff is just like, and Hufflepuff takes all the rest. Isn't that the way it goes?
Yep.
They're just like they're just leftovers, the sort of bland.
They just accept everyone.
People.
Oh, my poor sister, when she hears this, is going to be like, wow, I'm blah.
Blah.
She's not blah, but she's a Hufflepuff.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Nope, you are dead on because I remember that Sorting Hat song.
Oh my god, or the like Harry Potter world. Pottermania or Pottermore.
Pottermore.
Yep.
Pottermore.
I do remember that.
Yep. Anyways, we could talk about Harry Potter all day, but this is not a podcast about Harry Potter. It's a podcast about all books. So let's start right into the book questions. This one is actually from me. You have these nicknames for characters and really wondering where you got them. I mean, when I hear the name Michelle, I do not think Mickey. And when you talk about Charlotte, I do not think Arlo. So how did you come up with those?
It was really out of necessity for the plot because I knew that these two women would know each other's full names, probably. But I needed to give them a nickname or a given name that would not be immediately recognizable, as Arlo isn't a common name for a woman at all. So it's like a weird nickname and not one where you would think her name is Charlotte automatically. So yeah, I needed to have the characters not be able to connect the dots right away. I do like, though, quirky names for characters in general. Yeah. And I like that neither of those names, Mickey or Arlo, are particularly feminine. I don't know, maybe that's just a personal thing of mine. I just thought they were interesting. Interesting names to give a character. I semi know someone in my real life who goes by Mickey. I think her full name is Michaela. And I've always enjoyed Mickey as a nickname. And so I thought before it was Michelle, I did have Mickey before it was Michelle even. I sort of retrofit. I was like, okay, if her name is Mickey, what could be her actual name? Because I wanted to call her Mickey for some reason. So yeah, that's where they came from.
I did have a girl I went to school with that her name was Michaela and she went by Mickey.
Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. That's where my mind goes when you say Mickey. Okay, so you get into some pretty heavy topics like abandonment issues, addiction issues, obviously manipulations from a father who's no longer alive, and tons of childhood trauma. So Where did you pull this from? Like, is some of it inspiration from your life, or did you just go kind of almost pull out of a hat and decide, oh, you know what? I like these different trauma bonding topics. Let's pick them.
I know. Whenever I'm describing the book to people, I have to be like, "Oh, but it's funny. I promise." Like, yeah, it's about addiction and abandonment and being a parentified child, but it's funny. I promise. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this to you previously, but my brother is a recovering alcoholic, and growing up in a household with an addict definitely it had an impact on me. Not in the way that it did the women in this book, but for sure it did shape me. And I think I probably have more to work through on that. Like I'm probably not done processing it. I kind of thought I was over it and that it was just a thing of the past that didn't impact me anymore. But then I was writing this book and was like, oh, actually, I think I have feelings about a lot of this.
There you go. Not That Kind of Book Club. New episode every Friday here on the network. Thank you again to Les and Ree and Morgan Dick. Again, all kinds of authors, man. You should see the lineup. That book club is red hot. Another great episode in the books. Phenom, how many is that now? 309? 8039. Yes, 309 episodes. Crazy. We did it. We're really doing it. It's so cool. Always so grateful and thankful. I say it all the time, and we mean it every single time. So, we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you. It means the world to us. Also, a huge thank you to Alan Harding. Uncle Grandma's Storytime, new episode out now every Sunday at 7 p.m. They're out there for you. That's part 3. We played for you, and a lot of good tips in there on how to get your kids into music, and how to make sure they don't hate you. A lot of parents, they get the drum set, they get the guitar or any of that, and then they just yell at the kids all the time for being too loud. And there's a fine line you got to walk there. Thank you for those boys, and a big thank you to Phenom. Give us one more, buddy. Look at this guy, working hard. Very well done. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do this all again. It'll be the All Out of Angst podcast edition of your show, which will be a lot of fun, as Uncle Mike from the All Natural Products and Matt from All the Bands will be in, and Uncle Brando. As I will also be on the Twitch stream tomorrow around 1-ish, as Brando and Gary get good at games. Going back into Shining Force 3. So check us out at twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media for that goodness right there. And with that, we will bid you adieu. And I hope you have the most incredible, amazing, best Monday evening of your life. And always remember, I leave you with this. We always do. Remember, karma is very, very real, all right? Keep doing those good things, and they will keep happening to you. I promise, all right? We love you. Have a great Monday.